So, David, thank you once again for joining us on Good News Jamaica for one of our next reasoning sessions, as we call them.
My
Very
pleasure.
relaxed.
Happy to be here.
Thank you so much. We were recently advised about an amazing day in the city of San Francisco, Jamaica Day on the 10th of August. And you know how Jamaicans, we love celebrating things. We look for every single opportunity to celebrate it. So we want to carry this celebration to our wider Jamaica audience to let them know what is happening in the city of San Francisco. And who better to share that with us? David, tell us about San Francisco actually having a Jamaica Day. How did this get started, David?
Yeah, so it's actually it's a little not quite as much as it might have made it. It's actually a proclamation day, and what happens is every year the mayor in San Francisco hosts sort of a national day flag raising ceremony, okay, followed by a small reception in the mayor's office. And what they do is they fly the flag of your country, on or near National Day, from the mayor's balcony, from a flagpole. All can see it. So it's actually really nice. It's really sort of a gesture, I would say, of respect and friendship. And so what happens is the mayor's office of protocol invites, the head of each post. In this case, I am the Honorary Counsel for Jamaica, based in Northern California, and I had a few, Jamaican guests from the area, and we had a little wine toast and thing. And what they do is they sort of offer a proclamation, which is sort of a Friendship and Heritage Day. And then they also have the option of lighting up City Hall in your national colors. That is usually for special events, 25th, 50th. We'll do it next year for the 60th. That's a big day, big year for us next year. So we'll do that there. And I think in some sense, it's a fairly straightforward thing. They sort of, it's a respect that they have for an acknowledgement in some sense of the strength and the presence of the Jamaicans who have made contributions to the community in the past several years. So it's a proclamation day. We got a very nice, sort of a certificate signed and thing, both everything in the office. Very nice. So it was, very, very nicely done. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the assistance and the help of Marone Foster, who is the senior protocol officer in the mayor's office of protocol, who was extraordinarily helpful in setting this up. And also my thanks to the mayor, the Honorable London Breed, for being just so supportive of us on that day. It was a very, very nice event, very small, intimate, really nice event. Went over well.
There are so many other countries that are living in the city of San Francisco. What is it that made it Jamaica Day in 2021? Why Jamaica?
Well, look, I think Jamaicans, even before independence from Britain, 59 years old, has always what I consider to be punching above its weight class, right? Our main achievements in sports and music and so forth in the global arena really belie our small size. And Jamaicans in the San Francisco Bay Area have made this place sort of a home away from home for more than 70 years. I mean, I don't know if you even knew, I just found this out a few weeks ago. We were one of the first wave of immigrants into the US, right? So in the 40s and 50s, quite a number of people made their home here on the Pacific coast. This is the largest population of Jamaicans on the Pacific coast next to Los Angeles. And, we even had one of our first immigrants was a seamstress who did some work for the San Francisco Giants and did baseball uniforms for folks who are playing in the Negro League. And so basically, a lot of Jamaicans have made, really strong, significant contributions to the Jamaican-American community. As Jamaicans, one of the things I like to say is we realize we can do well and we can do good at the same time, right? So we contribute to the communities in both large and small ways, but we're always doing something, right? We're always doing something. And what I say is that there are lots of quiet heroes among us. We'll find by and large, Jamaicans tend to be for the most part, a fairly humble group of people. We're confident, but we're also humble, right? And you don't have to go boast off and beat your chest and look at me. We just go about our daily work in a nice, quiet way. And so, if you'd like, there's a few people I'd like to acknowledge in the area who I think are worthy of, of course, everyone's worthy of note, but we have many quiet heroes among us. So if you think about it, medical profession, we have Dr. Newton Gordon. He's an oral surgeon at San Francisco General. He's now retired, but he founded a local community organization called the Jamaica Association of Northern California, founded several charities, and has always been giving back medical, work back into Jamaica for decades. Dr. Napo Sang, he's an OBGYN from UC Berkeley. He's now the co-founder of Cadence, which is a pharma startup intended to broaden access to contraception and other women's health products. We have Dr. Beverly McLeod, who's a nose oncologist. Technology side, we have Dr. Lloyd Carney, who is a former CEO of Brocade. We have Mr. Julian King, who is a VP GM at Zoom. That's Zoom with an X, not the Z, a digital payments company. We have pastors, Dr. Reverend Blair, who's an elder at St. Paul's Church in Berkeley. We have people like Rose March, who conduct an annual turkey drive and food drive for underprivileged families every year. Sports, we have Steve Sparks, who runs My Youth Soccer, right? Gives out free community soccer lessons to kids 7 to 12 years old. We have music. We have my good friend Colin Bloomfield, aka the Brixton Hitman, who hosts a 4-hour reggae show every weekend, playing just a variety of music from roots to rockers to reggae. It's quite a following, including my sons. Yeah. And of course, no place is complete without some good yard food. Right? We're blessed to have many really good restaurants. Kingston 11, run by Nigel Jones, Backyard, run by Robert and Annetta Simpson, and Minter's in Oakland. So there's a lot of things we've done in the community, and I think it's a gesture of respect and appreciation for what we've done. Why they did the proclamation day.
I like the way that you just went through that listing in your head of just being able to list out all the different influencers in the community. I really like that. So you are definitely in touch with a broad spectrum of the Jamaican community.
Yeah, a part of your job is to get connected, right? I mean, I think at the end of the day, as a consul, I have a number of, responsibilities, the usual stuff, right? You're promoting interests of Jamaica. You try and find ways of connecting the businesses and people of San Francisco and Jamaica. Of course, you try and protect the interests of Jamaicans. Sometimes, get in a little trouble and find yourself in jail. You have to find a way of helping them out. Sometimes things are a little worse. They get deported. I had an unfortunate case a few months ago where a gentleman had been incarcerated for 20 years and was being deported, but he found love in prison. Somebody on the outside, and ended up moving back to Trelawney. I checked him a few weeks ago. He's happy. The wife is happy. So, these things can have a happy ending as well.
Of course.
You do, visas and documents. And of course, in the event that, Ambassador Mark or someone may come this side, I will take him on the place and arrange meetings and so forth. But the key part, the key thing here really is that I try and get people connected. Especially in COVID, it's very difficult, right? We used to have so many events, we'd have things like Easter egg hunts going on and a 4th of July picnic, Independence dance, turkey giveaways I mentioned already, scholarships for kids, domino sessions at people's houses. We bring Oliver Samuels here a couple of times, reggae on the river, lots of things that we do. So it's all about connection. So you have to know the people to connect.
Of course. So when we talk about the proclamation of August 10th being Jamaica Day, I am assuming then that this will be an annual event that will be celebrated in some shape or form. Yes.
Yeah. So what happens is, normally we've done it on the 6th, or obviously Independence Day, right, and Emancipation Day, but because of their logistics issues, mayor's office not available, and some people I want to be there were not available, we couldn't do it on that day. So we've sort of found the next closest. So we hope to have it on the 6th, the right day, next year. And yes, of course, I'll make it an annual event. One thing you should be aware is that I've only been in this position for not quite a year.
I was appointed. I saw that September.
I Dr. Newton Gordon, who has been doing this role for 29, count them, 29 years.
Wow.
Very, extraordinary fashion. He's a great guy, and big shoes to fill. So I'm sort of learning the ropes as I go on. Of course, I've had to be on board in the age of COVID. So there's certain things I wasn't able to do, not able to do. But I'm trying again to sort of find ways to connect people. That's a very visible way of doing it. It's been newspaper articles. We got a little shot on some other media and press. And the Jamaica flag, of course, is well known, and it was our Olympics time, so you got a little extra vibe because of that. So it was a nice event. We'll keep doing it.
Yeah. So anything that you can anticipate might be planning for next year, just to make sure that the energy and the vibes, everyone remains really upbeat about coming together in the community to celebrate this event.
Well, I'll tell you, the killer has been COVID, because you can't get together.
Yeah.
right? Picnic, no, right? Independence dance, no. So all domino sessions,
No.
they're still happening on
A
liquor
little.
waters,
Yes.
but but not as big as you might expect. So
Yeah.
that's been difficult. I mean, what we've done in the interim, we have sort of Zoom meetings, a couple of times a month. We invite the diaspora to come in, connect. We have a board meeting before, for the organization, and then we sort of open it up to other people. We get a reasonable turnout. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's better than nothing. And then you try and spread the word as best you can. I think the key is once we're able to sort of approach some sense of normalcy,
Yes.
then I think you'll see a whole lot more connection. Right now, people just trying to kind of get through the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I can very well imagine that. Well, you definitely have been doing well as best job as you can given the circumstances, but you're definitely trying to make headwaves and keep people connected in the community nonetheless. So, kudos to you and to your team as well that you're working with. Just want you to know also that anything that is happening in the community that you would also want Good News Jamaica to inform the diaspora about, then please do keep us connected as one of your mouthpiece to help to
Well,
spread the word.
I'm thrilled that now I have a mouthpiece. That's great. I wouldn't exactly call you that. You're obviously quite talented yourself. It's pretty clear. But yes, in the event that there's something noteworthy and newsworthy, I'll be delighted to hit you up and share it with you and see if you can spread it around the place. Thank you for the offer.
Most definitely. And so, in closing, just let me say that I am definitely going to be connecting with you again, David.
Thanks for the warning.
Because you are involved in quite a lot of different things that we definitely, as a son of the soil, we want to talk with you about some of those happenings. So I'm putting you on warning.
I would be honored and delighted to have that. Don't make it so long next time.
All right. But thank you so much for meeting with us and continue to have an amazing today.
You too. Stay safe. I know things in Jamaica are a little touchy right now, but we hope we can get through this. And I think as we all pull together, remember the enemy is COVID. The enemy is not the vaccine.
We will.
Right? We can get through this together.
Already. We're little but with our, Jamaicans, we're accustomed to putting our back against the wall when everything gets a little tight and find a way out. That's what we do all the time.
Yeah, we do it all the time, day in, day out.
Day in, day out.
That's what makes us Jamaicans, right?
That's what makes us Jamaicans. All right. Thank you so much, David.
All right, Judith, thanks so much. It was a pleasure and an honor. So take care, have a nice day, and hi to the listeners out there.
Blessings.
All right. See you.
Thank you for checking us out on Good News Jamaica TV for content that informs, inspires, and transforms. Please like, share, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more positive Jamaica content. Walk good,